Good evening. I'd like to call our initiatives meeting to order. And first, let's start with having everyone introduce themselves for the viewing audience.
Tri-State Fire Protection District.
Kathy Abate, Downsville Township.
Ray Jablonski, Darien Park District.
Marion Kopeka, Indian Prairie Public Library.
Claire Bongiovanni, Darien Chamber.
Kathleen Weaver, Mayor of the City of Darien.
Bob Go, Darien Public Schools, District 61.
Good. And I constantly get reminders from our cameraman that you have to speak into the microphones. Even if you turn your head, it's got to follow you. Let's right away go right into the approval of the minutes of September 18th. That was our meeting that we held at Chuck's while we were taking a look at the facility where the town hall meeting was going to take place. Do I have a motion to approve? Claire, second by Claire. Motion made by Claire, second by Dave. All in favor? Any additions or deletions to the minutes?
No.
Okay. All right. And everyone in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next item is a recap of the town hall meeting. I've asked a few people, even right after the meeting, before some people left, what they thought of it. What's your take on this format this year?
I was very disappointed with the turnout. I thought that, the first year that we did it, we had over 100 people, I believe.
Yeah.
And I thought with as popular as the Park District meetings were for the last 2 months with the parking lot addition and with the contract negotiations going on at 86, I thought we'd blow last year's attendance away. And I was very disappointed that there were probably twice as many people there from the districts manning the tables and in the audience than there were taxpayers.
Yeah, I agree. And anyone else's take on it? You're disappointed in the turnout, but what do you think about the format?
I think the format was fine, but I'd be really curious as to if we could ever find out why we didn't have the attendance.
Yeah. Yeah. Others? Yes, Claire? Yeah.
Okay, I'm comparing this to the luncheon that we used to do, the State of the City, and our first year, which we did have a lot of people. And as a resident, and I don't live in Darien, but if I was a resident in Darien, I think what would have drawn me more to the event if you were the keynote speaker, because I might not have a connection to a certain school district. What I would like to recommend is bringing you back as a keynote speaker with the short panel at the end, because not anything against any of you guys, but I think people want to come and hear what you have to say about your city. And I think you would have been more the draw. And if you would have had your PowerPoint presentation, because last year I went back and looked at the pictures from last year, and you saw the room full of people, and you saw the PowerPoint presentation, and they saw you speaking. So I would say, have you as a keynote speaker with the short panel at the end, because the panel really went fast with the questions. We would all participate, but I think we would draw more people if you were the keynote speaker and you talked more about what's going on in the city and had us there as a little extra. That's just my take.
Yeah. Alderman Schauer said to me that he felt that there should be a small portion of the State of the City along with the panel. So that was his take. The other residents I talked about liked the panel, the whole idea of the panel.
I thought that was a great idea, because if anyone had any problems or compliments, they had them right up there to talk to them. I look at it another way. If you don't have that many people, you don't have a lot of people complaining. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe there isn't that much to complain about. What was the biggest issue? Dots on a tree. That was the cutting down of the trees. That was the biggest thing that, they brought it back 3 times. I meant,
Well, actually,
and-
I'm sorry, Dave.
No, go
I
ahead,
didn't
no,
mean to
go
cut you
ahead.
off. Actually, we got into a lot of what's happening with economic development too. I think
Right.
that was a real big of interest to the residents.
and maybe it's where it was held. Maybe people don't like banquet hall, restaurant compared to a village hall. I liked where it was. I liked the layout. Like I said, I was at the first one, And like I said, I remember people standing, okay?
Well, most of those standing were the presenters, weren't they?
You know,
Yeah,
right.
it was the people that were at the
But no,
tables.
I apologize, because the first one was at a banquet hall, too.
Yeah, it was at Carriage Greens, yeah.
Yeah, so, but I don't, the only thing I compared it to was, I think it was 2 weeks earlier, or 2 weeks later, one of the two.
Same time.
No, somebody looked it up. Somebody said it was 2 weeks.
Was it a week earlier? A week later, I mean.
Only thing that I thought about, and it doesn't really matter, but it was the Hawks' first game, even though it was preseason. But it is getting kind of, that 1 week, I don't know, maybe with school, maybe it means a lot different, because I meant you're having it at 7, maybe people can't leave, you know, they got their kids in school, you know.
I think there were conflicts last year with open house at maybe the high school. I'm not sure, but I don't think it was this year. This year was a little bit later, so there were no, all of that stuff was done.
Yeah.
All the school events are, open houses, go to school night, whatever, are done like in the first week or two of school, so I don't know. I just think unless we can generate some more people, get more people there, it's kind of pointless. I mean, really it is, because you go through all the effort of preparing it and planning it and setting it up, and you have 20 people and 6 questions that could be answered in any one of our own meetings or venues. So I don't know. There's got to be something to do that to get people there. I mean,
Well, did we advertise it as well as we did last year?
I don't know that we did. I thought it was advertised much better the year before. I kept seeing signs, I kept seeing notices that there was going to be this event, but this year I didn't see it as much. I wasn't looking, but yet, you know, that's the best way to notice it. If you're not looking, then because it never hit me in the face. I knew about it because of our meetings, but I didn't see it marketed as much as the year before, and I'm not sure exactly how we marketed the year before compared to this year.
Claire, I think we agreed that, you and
Yeah.
I agreed, we did not get this advertised as quickly as we did last year.
Right, and last year, Scott had those big, gigantic, I think we had one at the library, one at Carriage Greens. I know we had one at Darien Fest at the Chamber booth.
That's right.
Um, But one of the things that Lynn asked me to bring up tonight was doing it maybe at other time, you know, maybe in the spring versus in September. And she suggested earlier, but I thought, you know, people have dinner at 5 o'clock, 5:30, you know, that we might not get as much attendance early.
Or what if you offered appetizers? I've been about 18 years I've been doing anything with open houses, anything like that. You offer anything free, people will be there.
What, now, Woodridge does it, Bolingbrook does it, do they have food?
Well, Woodridge does it lunch, but they draw, you know, a couple hundred people.
Well, that's lunch, okay, so
You know.
that's back to the format that
Right,
we used
that's
to do
right.
it.
We were trying to get away from
Yeah.
that. What about, like, when your new year begins, like in April, you know, if you then let the city know, like, you know, what the strategic plan is, you know, maybe do it in the springtime,
Our fiscal year starts May 1st,
May 1st?
yeah, and now that's too close to the end of the
Soon.
school year.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because I think we use the schools to advertise this a lot.
Personally, having it so close to Darien Fest is a lot on me. I would prefer to move it back a little bit so it gives me more time to, you know, because I'm still trying to recover from that and then trying to do this. But I think we should come up with a marketing plan, you know, when we're going to start, you know, getting the flyers out, having the posters out, just kind of come up with a timeline, you know, but I would like to see it move just a little bit further back.
Like into October? Early in October?
October's gonna be hard. You got all the fire departments in the area, open houses, you got all that, you know, fire prevention week, you got a ton of stuff going on, so you know, that's, you know, a busy month for our end, not just, you know, during Woodridge, and people that are doing stuff out there and all that kind of stuff. It just, at least the first couple weeks, that's always fire prevention week. And
No,
there's
no,
always a
yeah.
lot going on, you
And
know,
if we
during the
go
day
into-
after,
Yeah, if we go into November, that's really pushing it. It could be weather-wise. I think that we'll have to, keep it at the end of September.
Maybe just try a different marketing earlier.
Well, here's one of my thoughts was, last year, we still had the ongoing issues of what's going on with 75th and Cass. And, you know, so I think that brought out a few people. And that wasn't there anymore.
That's what I said. I said there's
Yeah.
maybe not that much. Now, maybe if you had it in a couple more weeks with what's going on with the high school, maybe it looks more and more. Maybe you'd have more people come out because there's one, you know, thing they want to do. But I always, if it's not having a little turnout, it's not always bad.
Yeah.
Because no matter what it is,
that's-
people are going to
that's-
come out and complain.
Well, I have, you know, I have meet and greet with the mayor every month, and I rarely get anyone out to meet with me. Every so often, yes, but not anything that would, you know, rise to the level of a hot issue where people are really upset about something. I used to go out to all the businesses. Once a month, I had meet and greet at a business on a Saturday. And we dropped that because the attendance by residents was so poor. And we were putting out these businesses, you know, putting out some food and coffee and stuff, and nobody was showing up. So.
What about what was it on Thursday? Was it on Thursday prior?
I believe so.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah, is Thursday a bad night?
You know what? I would say your only bad nights are Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. I would think any other night is not going to be a hard thing. Now, depending on where you're going to have it, like a Thursday night, like with Chuck's, sometimes that may be hard to get in there versus like a Monday or a Tuesday. But for the people, it ain't going to matter. It really isn't.
What about like having it at the library in that nice room
the
upstairs?
meeting room?
Do you think that would draw more people?
Would we be able to fit in all the taxing bodies in their tables?
Not only that, but you got parking too.
It's
Oh,
par-
that's right.
Right.
You gotta look.
We
in the-
could ask Chuck to only use one portion of that, that he used the whole
Right. Well,
banquet room.
What we thought we had from the following year, I would have said we would have needed it
Yeah,
without a
mhm,
problem.
Yeah,
Right.
You know.
yeah, so if we downsize to the smaller banquet room.
Do we want to go back to Chuck's next year? So
I
we
had no-
could
I had
just
no
set a
problem with
date?
it. I
thought it was a
I
nice
th-
place.
Yeah,
it was a great
one of the managers and I spoke after, he said, I don't think I'd put out a bar again, and bartenders, because he said if we had 5 drinks that we sold, that was a lot. To the audience that came in. Some of us stuck around and had a cocktail afterwards, but for the people that were there.
See, I was surprised. I didn't think you would do that because I figured if somebody just wanted, they'd just go to the bar and grab it. I mean, they could always go to the bar and
That's,
grab it.
that's what he
so-
said, you know
yeah.
what?
The
They could go
restaurant?
to the bar, grab it, come back into the
Because we
meeting.
have our
yes.
recognition dinner there, and we don't have it. I mean, if you want it, you know, you can go to the bar and pay cash and bring it in there. Why pay the extra for the server and the
Yeah.
bartender and all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff?
so
They have
that,
stuff.
that would be,
Right.
we'd eliminate that,
Yeah,
that
for sure.
service.
Yeah.
I hate to give up on it. I just hate to give up on this idea.
Well, no, I don't think we should give up on it. I think we got to tweak it. You
I-
know, like the
yeah.
first thing is have a half a room, right? You
That's
know,
what I'm thinking, to
right.
reduce the size of the room. That would help, I think,
And
make
then
it
no
look a little-
bartender in the room.
no bartender.
You have one table with pitchers of water and glasses. People help themselves if they want.
Oh, good
You
idea.
know, that's all.
Okay, and do we want to set a date so I can reserve the room?
Uh,
Maybe go to the
Last
last,
Thursday?
yeah.
That shouldn't be.
Do I have a
don't know what
calendar
that
that
would
goes out
be.
that far?
Well, I think as with any
Oh,
event,
yeah, with
though,
our phones, we
you
could
you
look
don't
it
want
up
to
real
start
easy.
doing something for a couple years, then stop, then
No.
start, then
No,
stop,
I-
then
it's
start.
just-
And so that's why I think
I
if
think
you're
that-
going to do it, I think maybe give it a few more,
Find it.
Oh, yeah,
Either-
definitely.
yeah.
I
I'll
mean,
let
so
you
far,
do
we
that.
had one good year, one bad year.
yeah.
Right.
You
I
know,
mean,
let's work it out and see what the problem could be.
What is it?
you know.
The
Right, it's
last
just like an
Thursday you're
event.
looking at
Yeah.
in
In September,
It'd be the 24th.
24th of September.
The other thing
Well,
is if you
we're going
ever,
to have to take the burden off of you, that's for sure. My staff is going to have to pick up the slack on that, so you're not burned out from the fest.
Right.
the other thing that's hard to gauge unless you do it a survey is to know how many people actually watch it on television. So, you know, some people just don't like to go to meetings, but they'll watch it on television. Wasn't it televised on
It
the
was
cable?
televised. Yes, we even brought in, professional to tape it.
Right, that's what I was
I'm
thinking.
wondering,
So,
yeah,
you know,
we
it's
can
really
get-
hard to gauge
We can
how many
find out how
people,
many hits we got on our website, can't we? I think.
Through that link.
On the website, but I don't think you can track
and on the, isn't it on the
TV.
cable channel?
Is it up
On the
yet?
website, yeah, it would be on the cable channel, so we wouldn't be able to,
No.
yeah.
But I mean, you're getting a lot of, you know, a lot of people who kind of just know, just as a matter of course, watch what's going on at home. even if they don't come, maybe they don't have a particular issue, but maybe it at least informs them somewhat.
Well, I think we have the format down, so that's good. Now I think we just need to tweak the program. You know, did everyone like the the actual program with the layout? We could do that again next year, so that's
I think you
done.
should take a little more of a talk.
Yeah,
I agree with
we'll go
that.
back to,
Do an
state of the
introduction.
city with,
Just
and,
keep it shorter than the
Yeah.
first time.
yeah,
Right.
You know, and then either have your panel behind you, or have it, have them called up after you're done. Stuff like that, where you could have, questions asked.
Because I could, the project going on Bailey Road by Carefree Village, I've had so many residents ask me what's going on over there, 'cause, well, I live over there. But then I happened to see Brian at the Walmart today, and he goes, I'll send you the permit so you could figure out what's actually happening, because everyone asks me, I live right there, and they think I know something. And I said, I don't know. So
what did he tell you?
well, I didn't open my email, but I did notice that he sent it to me. So I've got to go look at it because people are asking me. So, but that's something that I think at the state of the state or state of the city, you could answer about the projects going on around the city. That's just being one of them.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
next year it won't
People are
be going on.
curious about that.
But people want to know, if you're seeing building going on, they want to, well, what's going in there? What's
Oh,
happening?
yeah, definitely,
That's a real,
I get
Yeah,
that from
you would
all
think our
over.
phones would be ringing off the hooks with those kind of questions, you know?
but not so much.
Well,
No,
no,
they-
that's what blows me away.
They ask
That's-
neighbors instead, and then
Yeah, yeah,
They
and then,
Oh,
it's like, come on, why
'Cause
don't
I
you?
wish I had that
why don't
problem.
you
Everyone would
contact-
ask me, I got the 4 towns. Soon as somebody's supposed to take over or somebody's gonna move in, it's like a nightmare, like, when is that going in? What's going on? Why is it, like Pete's, that's supermarket supposed to
Oh,
come in.
yeah.
Oh my God, if I don't get asked that like 3 times a day, I'm like, I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
they got the approval, but they're not moving
They're not
ahead.
moving. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
They're-
Then McDonald's was going to come over on our side of the street, but then Willowbrook talked him into being part of the right next to the Pete's Market, right there on their property. So, yeah, so it's, and then I heard that they're just not going to start it for a while. So,
I think what screwed him up was the Whole Foods.
Hmm.
Because that happened right after he bought it. The Whole Foods taking over to Dominic's closing right after he bought it.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would have bought it maybe because he probably had a chance to buy a different, grocery store itself.
who are you talking about? You talking about Marino, or are you talking about Pete's? Oh, Pete's.
Yeah, Pete's.
Okay.
So
Oh,
Well,
so
you're
he's
afraid-
rethinking it because he got
I
the
thought he
Whole
was
Foods
at
coming
first
in?
because he bought it, he went to go put it in there, and then Dominic's closed. So I think that was a shocker, because that was a shocker to everybody. So,
He's got 2 stores close to where I work, and he also bought the Miami Bowl property on Archer and Pulaski. And he's got 2 stores within closer than a mile
Of each other?
of that property. So it's been, he tore it down, and you got this big vacant lot,
You're talking about Pete's now,
Pete's.
as
he owns-
opposed to Marino's, okay.
Yeah, he owns it. And the, I know this doesn't have anything to do with Darien, but the Archer Heights Civic Association, where our businesses that I work, they've been working with him to do something other than leave rubble there, because that's all that's there is just,
It's been a long time, too.
Yeah.
Shoot, I had
Very
to
long
send,
time.
I had to send an angry letter to Chase because, the word was going around that they weren't gonna move on the 75th
on
and
75th,
Cass.
oh my God, I got
Well-
plans on those, it took forever, I couldn't figure
Well,
out what was
I
going
found
on.
out, I mean, the Chase on 75th and Lamont took a big hit from all that construction at 75th and Lamont a year and a half
Right.
ago.
Oh, when that was.
So I think that's what gave them pause to start, but obviously they've started and finished, so.
Yeah, they're almost,
I think that
I got one more inspection there, but they should be,
they're, yeah.
they're
they've got
ready to
all the-
go, I mean, they're done, really.
All landscaping's in, so
Yeah.
it looks really
Very-
nice.
Yeah, it was really nice, they did everything very good.
Okay, what do you? yeah.
Okay, so I'll call Chuck's, see if September 24th, 2015 is available for half of a room. We should tweak, if everything is confirmed, we should tweak the flyer now. We'll have it done. And we have the program done, considering everybody's going to participate, and we could just start marketing.
Okay,
That way it's done now, and I don't have to be, because that program was new, and I had to do that, like, right
Right
after
at the
Darien
time when
Fest.
you're- yeah.
But now it's done, all I have to do is change dates
Yeah,
and
if we
everything.
got it right now, you could start advertising, putting stuff up in different
Save the
areas, like
date.
in, you know,
Yeah.
You know what, I gotta find out what
July.
happened to those poster boards that Scott created, because that seemed to be a good,
Yeah.
I
a
think
good
Ma-
thing.
I think Mary Belmonte ordered them from Kinko's or something last year.
Really.
But we have the old ones upstairs.
Good, we just put a tape
No
over the
date.
date?
Well, no, because it says Carriage Greens and it has their logo
Oh,
and
gosh, yeah,
everything,
we have to
so,
do it all over
yeah.
again, yeah. Okay,
But we should, once we get it set, we could just, by May, have it done and have it in the hallway
Yeah.
and have it at the venue and
okay.
have it at Darien Fest.
Okay, any other thoughts on any kind of other tweaks to this? If, like Kelcar said, hey, if we've got it ready now, let's start advertising it now.
If people can't come, is there a way that they can send their questions in ahead?
We've always had that option,
Okay, it has.
yeah,
Does-
but,
Does anybody have a problem with that? Okay, nobody has a problem with that, with them registering online and submitting the questions? Okay.
Yeah,
Problem is, they're putting their name to it, so.
well, and last year we did it, and if
and
if
we're
there
still
was
gonna do that.
questions,
Okay, that
if
was
there
my
was
question.
questions for any of the taxing bodies, we made sure they had them ahead of time.
okay.
Okay.
Okay,
No other tweaks to this? All right, let's plan on, after the first of the year, a meeting, January, something like that. So let's,
do you want to set a date for the next meeting?
let's see
Can
if
it be
I've got,
like the second?
we always have to do is it the first or the second? The second Tuesday of every month? What is this one? This was the first, and we always have to go with the first Tuesday
But that's a holiday, no?
in January?
January 6th?
First Tuesday's the 6th.
I know I won't be here.
I know, it's like, oh, what do we do? Well, I guess we're talking February then.
February, okay.
Yeah, let's, you got another date for us, Bob?
Well, let's see. February. Do you want the first Tuesday?
Correct,
That would be the 3rd.
February 3rd.
Okay, February 3rd?
Okay, we'll make February 3rd as our next meeting, and so we'll all be fresh and exhausted after the holidays, and and we'll have a mild winter on top of it, and,
No snow?
We'll be recovering from the Super Bowl that Sunday.
oh, it's right after, oh my gosh, so that means the Super Bowl is February 1st.
I think so. I think this
Wow.
year.
Wow, well, we can,
Ample time.
we have, yes. Well,
2 days to recover.
If not, there's
Somebody
problems.
texted me to tell me, don't do that.
This year.
There's not ample time. There's problems.
Okay, all right, so we're all on board. Next date, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
Second.
Abadi and Jablonski, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming on short notice for this. I felt while it was fresh on our minds, we wanted to talk it over, and actually, it's turned out pretty good, because now we have our date and everything for next year. We can start advertising it.